Well, welcome back. We're back at the Florida Cannabis Expo, and what's interesting about this expo that I haven't seen at many others is the type of people that are attending this expo, and not just the people who are looking to get into the cannabis, hemp, or CBD business, but investment folks, people who are interested in the investment, maybe not getting their hands dirty, but putting their money to work for them. And one of the people that I ran into here is Alan Stone. Alan is out of the Wellington area, and he's with Wall Street Research. Alan, welcome.
Yeah, thanks very much, Charles. Great to see you.
So you've just handed me some of the information that you do. Alan is over in the East Coast and the West Coast, but works with companies to help them grow and gives them advice about where they should invest their money. So tell us a little bit about what you do and how long you've been doing it.
Okay. Well, Charles, as you may know, I own Wall Street Research. Wall Street Research is a 40-year-old independent research firm that publishes research on small-cap, publicly traded companies.
Okay.
And I acquired the firm from a famous analyst in New York by the name of Joseph Jones. He had been the head analyst for the American Stock Exchange, for Brown Brothers Harriman, and for Standard & Poor's. He had a big following, institutional following, for about 20 years. And then I bought the firm from him some 20 years ago.
Oh, so you've been in this for a while.
Yes, and then that was when the internet was first coming into being,
right.
And I took it online, and we began to publish globally, and we became ranked #1 on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Worldwide, we're #1 out of hundreds of thousands of names. The Wall Street Research is such a powerful name.
That is good. It's very, very good. So tell us a little bit about, well, we're sitting here in a cannabis, what I call cannabis, CBD, and hemp world.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of what we're about. But surrounding that world of cannabis, hemp, and CBD are a variety of different support businesses. People want to get into the business. So tell us a little bit about how you're working with people to get them involved in this business, to invest in this business, to make them help them work.
Sure. So the way that I first got involved in this industry was about 2.5 years ago. We had a client that we did research on called Freedom Leaf, which actually started out in the magazine business. You might have heard of them. And they've gone on to acquire a number of companies in CBD and other ancillary businesses. But I invested in their stock when it was about 2 cents a share. And then about a year later was able to exit for about 15 cents a share.
Nice.
So I made a 7-time return. And so that was pretty exciting and eye-opening. But I went around with them to a lot of cannabis expos, both in Las Vegas and California, and Los Angeles, San Francisco, Anaheim, the Bay Area. And I saw how big an industry it was becoming.
Right.
And then
more on the West Coast, really on the East Coast at that time.
At that time, right. But I've gone to shows in New York as well,
right.
And I grew up in New York. And so we have offices in Los Angeles, in Palm Beach, Florida, and in New York City.
Oh, okay.
And so we publish research on public and private companies on our website, which is wallstreetresearch.org. If you Google us, Wall Street Research will pop up, and anything we've ever published would be up on our website.
That's great. That's great.
And so we now have 3 cannabis analysts.
Okay.
I've got my top analyst is Patrick Mitchell. He's in Wellington, Florida. He grew up in Jamaica, so he's kind of understood the cannabis industry since he's a child. But he was educated in California, has an MBA from FAU in Boca Raton.
Oh, nice, very nice.
And he's he really understands the cannabis industry.
Which is a big difference in a lot of other industries.
Yes. He understands everything from seed to the technology, the plant, the science, the health aspects of it. And then I've got Titus Benakowitz, who's my director of research, and I hired him out of business school at Pepperdine University in Los Angeles. And he's been one of our analysts for about 20 years now, and brilliant analyst. And then I've got Mark Petruno, who's been writing for us on a technical side. He's worked for major hedge funds in New York and Connecticut, and he has published a not a fundamental, but a technical newsletter on the charts of these stocks. So, and plus myself, my background I've been on Wall Street when I started out with major investment banking firms, both in research and in portfolio management. I was with Prudential Capital Markets. I was with Merrill Lynch Asset Management, involved in running a mutual fund. And I've been in the IPO business with Ladenburg Thalmann and in the IPO and private placement business. So I've been in every side of the business, but my focus is small companies, what we call small cap.
Right.
And that's generally, we look for companies that have market caps of under 300 or 400 million, but we like low price stocks and penny stocks because we know how to find the really promising ones.
That's interesting because I have to tell, I always tell people that, and there's a lot of businesses now in this business that are beginning, it's either a public or related public company that are getting into franchises. I think franchising in this industry is becoming, whether it be franchising in the medical cannabis business, for medical cards, or in the CBD business, which is even bigger as far as franchising is concerned, or a combination of both. But one of the things you're always asked for, that people ask for, is, I want to invest in this business, but where do I invest? It's a very risky business, as you know.
Yes.
So would your site be one that they can do some research into a variety of different companies?
Yeah, I mean, we have up on our website a number of companies that are cannabis, but we also follow healthcare companies. We have a lot of biotech, a lot of pharmaceutical, a lot of medical device companies that we have a lot of expertise in.
Now, are you? So you're not a brokerage company.
We're not a broker dealer. We're
not a
broker
dealer.
firm.
So you're a research firm.
We don't sell our research to the public. It's free to anyone who goes on it, and all the disclaimers, all the risk factors are noted, and but we don't deal directly with the public.
Right.
We're not taking money from individuals.
So if I have a friend actually who I got to talk to tomorrow, he says to me, Charles, wish I'd invest my money. I said, well, the truth of the matter is right now the cannabis stock business is down. A lot of stocks are down for a variety of different reasons. A lot of them are down. They could actually take a look at your site, do some research into understanding. Is it something technical they have to understand, or is it kind of basic reading to give them a feel for a company?
Well, to really make the right
basically.
decisions, it's, I've been doing this for 45
years.
Yeah. Plus, I went to the Wharton School. I, went to London School of Economics, New York University. So I have the education plus the experience professionally, and then doing it many, many years, having made all the mistakes, having lost
which
money,
we've all done, which is all done, yeah,
and learning from those mistakes. But you have to really understand what is a good business. Does the company have a good, solid management? Do they have the right niche in the market? Do they have the right product? Do they have the right? Are they in the right sector of the market? Are they growing? Are they well capitalized? And are they on the road to success?
So you would, from any investment standpoint, now we're not giving investment advice, okay, but prudent people, I wouldn't take my entire 401k and throw it into one penny stock.
No, I mean, you shouldn't put more than 10% of your money into, the risk side of the business. But there's spectacular gains to be made when you're right. Right.
Yeah. So looking at yours, if you take a look, do you? And I haven't looked at the site. In fact, Al and we've met a little bit before, but kind of just really getting into it now. Are there, if you look at it, do you have any recommendations on your site, or is it just research?
When we publish something that's new and fresh and current, then it is kind of almost like a recommendation.
Okay.
Because we wouldn't be putting it up there unless we believed in it.
Okay.
So we're about to write a report. We've actually written most of it. It's a technology company. It's private, and I can't give you the name yet because that's public.
Absolutely, right.
But they're doing a crowdfunding, so anyone could go onto the crowdfunding portal and subscribe to it and get much more information on the crowdfunding. But we're doing a 2-page highlight on the company.
Oh, very good.
That should be up in about a week.
So what you're putting up are companies that you've done some research in, that your company, no guarantees, but your company kind of believes in.
Sure. We did a couple of NASDAQ companies in the late summer, early fall that trade on the NASDAQ stock market. We've done a lot of healthcare and medical device companies over the years. We did our greatest success was a biotech company that we got involved with that went from $1 to $100, but that took about 15 years to happen. But that's
it's a long term.
Right.
I would say almost any investment in the cannabis space today, or CBD, is a long term investment. This industry is a maturing industry right now. Would you agree?
Well, I wouldn't say it's maturing. It's a very fast growing.
No, it's a maturing industry.
Right.
In other words,
it's a fast growing.
It's a fast growing industry.
It's a long time before it hits maturity.
Right, exactly. I'm saying it's kind of at the infancy stage of the business.
Yes.
So anyway, but if you
we also own, I should mention, the South Florida Investment Forum, and we run meetings in Boca Raton, in Palm Beach, and in Miami on a regular basis. We have a meeting coming up on December 6th in Boca Raton, and also on December 8th at Mar-a-Lago. And then we've got meetings the following week in Las Vegas. That's part of just before the MJ BizCon week. And we're doing that at the Las Vegas Country Club in conjunction with Canna Investor Magazine. We're running a big show there. And we do a lot in Los Angeles, in Beverly Hills, Newport Beach, San Francisco, and Las Vegas. That's our West Coast. And plus we do a lot in New York City.
So if people are going to be watching this, where should they reach out to? Obviously, what is your site? Give them the best site to look at.
Well, the best site to look at is the Wall Street Research website, wallstreetresearch.org. But SouthFloridaInvestmentForum.com is a good one to go to.
Okay, great.
That posts some of the current events. And also Southern California InvestmentForum.com as well.
That's great. Alan, it's great to see you again. And,
thank you so much, Ross.
Look forward, Alan and I just talking about being at some of his events, doing some podcasts, maybe with some of the companies that he's done some research on to give him some visibility over the internet.
Yeah, maybe we could do that in Boca.
I think that would be great. That would be great. Well, Alan, thanks for stopping by.
I really enjoyed that.
Again, if you want to see what's going on, it's wallstreetresearch.org.
Yes.
Take a look at that site. If you have any problems getting to it, you can always reach me, Charles Felix, at CannabisNewsFlorida.com. And we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Thank you.